Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's Halloween time in episode 35 from Tropical-Rouge Precure, which is the episode we're going to talk about in this video. This was surprisingly a Manatsu episode. I knew it was going to be a Manatsu episode, kind of, but it was very different from everything we got from Manatsu so far in Tropical-Rouge, which is kind of a breath of fresh air. And I was not expecting the episode to take the serious turn that it did, and I was not expecting Tropical-Rouge in general to deal with this side of Manatsu's personality, which has never been a problem in the series so far, and it just ended up being dealt with in this episode. So let's talk about it. First, I just want to say that I really enjoyed this episode visually. It was incredible. So right at the start, we have this beautiful scene of the girls with pineapples, which was interesting because it obviously set the tone of the rest, because Manatsu almost let it all fall down because of her personality and the way she always does what she is feeling at the moment, and she doesn't really think about her surroundings. And when Laura calls that out, it's obvious that it's going to be the theme of the episode, and it's going to be dealt with during the episode. And there were also the costumes that the girls were wearing. Oh my god, they all looked incredible. Obviously, Asuka is the best one with her vampire costume. She looked amazing. Kururun as her bat. You can't win against that. I'm sorry, Laura. I know that Franken Mermaid that you had going on was also great. But Asuka, in my view, was the best. But all of the girls looked very nice. And I really liked that they spent most of the episode with their costumes on. I really liked when they look different and they use different costumes, in episodes like this. So I really enjoyed that. The argument of the episode, though, I don't know how I feel about it. First, we have the Yaraneda, a spare Yaraneda. That was very creative, appearing and such. And Laura was not there because she needed a costume that would call more attention. It's just Laura. Laura was very Laura in this episode in certain parts, so I really enjoyed that. But then we have the whole situation, so the girls transform and they start going against this Yaraneda. One thing is that they noticed right away that there was no one attacking, no general attacking, and they also noticed that this Yaraneda is like the past Yaranedas they fought. So it's like, at least for the girls, it's clear that it's a weaker Yaraneda. So they need to get the motivation back. So there is this argument. Summer says, I'm going to get the motivation back. And the other girls say, wait for La Mer. Laura is the one who has to do this. She's the one who's always done this. And Summer's like, we need to save people, and we also need to save the Halloween party. And the monster was getting bigger and bigger, and no one was doing anything. And they were like, no, we need to wait for La Mer. And Summer was like, no, we need to act right now. And they created an argument that I don't understand how Summer's actions could be seen as rash or inconsequential, because she analyzed the situation in a way, was trying to deal with the situation while the other girls were not. So I was like, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy this part. I think it could have been written in a different way, because the Halloween party was going to be destroyed if Summer didn't do what she did, because she got the motivation back in her own way and defeated the monster, because, well, the monster was indeed stopping the party and destroying the party because it was getting bigger. And I don't see how that was an inconsequential action. I really don't, and I don't understand. Because, okay, she should have waited for La Mer. Should she? And also, the soundtrack of that part was so out of place to me, because it was playing such a dramatic song, Summer was choosing the biggest choice of her life. And I don't know, I felt that was very weird. And when Laura arrived and the motivation was not going back to everyone, Laura was really rude to Summer. Laura is that way, I get it, but it felt like they made her way ruder than she usually is because they needed to create the argument of the episode that Summer or Manatsu was doing something wrong. And I also didn't enjoy that very much. I really felt Manatsu's drama. The way she was crying, the way she was desperate, and the way she was not being able to deal with what she did. And it was kind of funny, that scene of the changed personalities, but the tone of the episode never really let it go crazy like Tropical-Rouge usually is. It had that gloomy feeling that was, around the episode, and it didn't really let me enjoy those moments that were supposed to be very funny. I was feeling so sorry for Manatsu that I couldn't enjoy that. And she was trying so hard to make amends for what she did, and I don't think she did anything that bad. And Laura scolded her and she felt even worse, and then she started realizing the mistakes of what she did. The girls tried to talk to her, and I feel like what they said had meaning and I liked it. And then a new Yaraneda appeared and Manatsu was like, I can't fight. And then Laura gets Manatsu and it's like, what's the most important thing right now? She's like, to protect the Halloween party and everyone around it. So they went on to fight together. I also kind of have a little problem with the fighting scene. All the girls getting captured. Okay, I get it. But then it's Summer's turn to make amends for what she did in the fighting scene. And it was kind of weird because they didn't let Summer realize what she should do. She just followed the lead of other girls. Like Papaya was the one that said, just let the Yaraneda come to us. And it's gonna break the pineapples that are around us. And I mean, it was great that Summer was able to look at her actions and think, okay, which choice should I make? And she was able to analyze and rationalize her actions, which is not something that she usually does, right? And that was cool. But I feel like it would have been even stronger if Papaya didn't say anything, or if the girls didn't say anything, and let Summer realize what she could do and her possibilities, in her own thoughts. I think that would have been cooler. But it was okay, and then everything was fine at the end, and everybody was able to enjoy the party, and Laura won the competition. Laura's costume was amazing. Indeed, it was amazing. But I don't know how I felt about the whole argument of the episode. I feel like, okay, I get the argument. I get that sometimes, I feel like the idea is that sometimes you have to think things through and analyze it before you act. And I 100% agree with this, which is the philosophy of the episode. But the way they wrote the episode for this philosophy to work, I don't know if I agree with that. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't really connect with the argument of the episode because of the way it was written. So I feel like Manatsu deserved a little better. Or I would just prefer if they didn't touch on this topic at all. But it was still an enjoyable episode because of the good parts of it, which were the visuals. The visuals were amazing, and I feel like the personalities of the girls were all there as well, very funny. Some of the scenes were very funny. And I don't know if I talked about this, I don't think I did. The pineapples were such a great touch because, it's Tropical-Rouge. Tropical is the word. Let's tropicalize Halloween. How do we do that? The pumpkins, which are part of the Halloween culture, are, replaced by pineapples, which feel very tropical. So I really, really enjoyed that. It was great. And next episode, next week, we don't have an episode, but the other week, girl, things are happening. Grand Ocean, the Queen, the Sea Ring. Really, I just cannot wait. I'm so excited. Anyways, this was my view on episode 35 from Tropical-Rouge. What is yours? Please leave a comment in the comment box and let's keep talking about it. Anyways, I just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate your support. And I really appreciate that you believe in Magical Cinnamon. If you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!